यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुना जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, chapter entitled, verse number 17. Shrinvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Radantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhursatam. Shrinvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhursatam. Shrinvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhursatam.
Hridayantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Shrutushratam.
Mataji.
Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Surutsatam.
Shrinvatam, those who have developed the urge to hear the message of Svakataha, his own words, Krishnaha, the personality of Godhead, Punya, virtues, Shravana, hearing, Kirtanaha, chanting, Hridi Antastha, within one's heart, He certainly, abhadrani, desire to enjoy matter, vidunoti, cleanses, suhurt, benefactor, satam, of the truthful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Purport. Messages of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna are non-different from him. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound, which is as powerful as the Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shikshashtaka declares clearly that the holy name of the Lord has all the potencies of the Lord and that he has endowed his innumerable names with the same potency. There is no rigid fixture of time, and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound, but unfortunately we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's name and activities. We have already discussed developing a taste for hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service to the pure devotee of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into the kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a very few men want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. One cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. Women and wealth are a very difficult problem for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. To become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ma Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Yonta pravesya mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjeevayata kila shakti dhara swadhamna anyam shahasta charana shravana tvagadin pranannamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrite vipritam syat Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Hare Krishna. I seek your permission, Sunanda Prabhu. I seek the permission of all the assembled Vaishnavas that we can serve Srimad Bhagvatam and purify our own hearts. So we are reading this beautiful chapter, Divinity and Divine Service, verse number 17. This is one of the most famous verses in the Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada quotes this in 7th chapter of Gita also. And one of the most striking points here is that Vidunoti Suhurt Satham. Krishna Vidunoti. Krishna cleanses our heart. Suhurt Satham. He is our best friend and well-wisher. Krishna cleans our heart if we are sincerely wanting to hear about him. Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna. I want to hear about Krishna. If I have this desire, then Krishna cleanses the heart. And Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport a very striking statement. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. What a powerful statement. That means Krishna is missing us. We are not missing Krishna. We are chanting Hare Krishna, we are sleepy, we are restless. But Krishna is waiting. When will we come back to him? Have you seen this painting of this, I think, Bilva Mangal Thakur is singing, is blind and is singing. And there is Krishna sitting in front of him. Boy Krishna is sitting like this. Have you seen that painting? It's very beautiful. He is singing, he is blind, he cannot see. And Krishna is sitting like this, attentively, looking at him. When I see that painting, I always feel, in one sense we are blind. We are not able to see Krishna's presence in our life. But Krishna is sitting. We are chanting in our own way. But Krishna is waiting. When will we come back to him? He is anxious. And Vidunoti is cleaning our heart. This is very important. Many times as devotees, after some years we think, I will purify myself. I will clean my heart and I will become Pakka devotee. And then I will earn Krishna's love. We can't earn Krishna's love. We already have Krishna's love. We have forgotten it. And we think, I will clean my heart. We can't clean our heart. Krishna, if we think, I will purify my heart on my own strength, we are in illusion. Krishna cleanses the heart. The next verse also confirms this. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. So by regularly attending Bhagavatam classes, the unwanted things from the heart will go away. So we are not going to earn Krishna's love. We are going to, see, it is already there and we have forgotten it. So it has to be cleansed. The layers have to be removed. So love for Krishna is not new for us. It is there, but we have forgotten because of the thick layer of material conditioning. And as we are trying to clean, Krishna helps, Krishna cleanses. We just have to have a strong desire. Prabhupada is writing here, desire. See, there are three things. Desire, then facility or opportunity and ability. All three are needed to experience something. To experience anything, we need all three things. Like for example, we had one, like we have Ananda Mela today. In our Radha Gopinath Mandir, ISKCON Chowpatty, we had one food mela. It was also called Ananda Mela. And there were special passes for devotees. And I was a young brahmachari and I was excited. I had a big appetite also. Now I'm not able to eat anything. But when I was a younger devotee, this is 25 years ago, 26 years ago, I wanted that special pass so that I could go for that feast. and enjoy the feast. I didn't get that pass. I was told brahmachari should not eat all this prasad. So I didn't have the opportunity to enjoy. So I could not experience that Ananda Mela. Sometimes you have opportunity. But, like for example, I think next year I got the pass. So I had the opportunity. Right? But I didn't have the ability to enjoy. Because I had a stomach upset. And I just could not gather myself. The food, there is no ability only to eat that food. I was with diarrhea, sick. I had the opportunity, but I also needed ability. And the third year, I had ability also and opportunity also. I was senior now. But I didn't know that there was Anand Mela. I came back from outstation and I had gone to one devotee's house and we had big prasadam feast. And after that feast, I came to temple and I see there is Anand Mela. And they're saying, Prabhu, come and have prasad. I said, no, kuch ichha nahi, no desire. So I had ability also, but I didn't have any desire to eat because I was already full. So we need all three things in material world to experience something. Opportunity, ability, and desire. But if you want to experience Krishna's love, then only desire is sufficient. Then Krishna will arrange opportunity. Krishna will arrange the ability, and also the desire will come. The ability, the capacity will all come. Everything will come. If we first express our that desire, Krishna, I want to hear about you. Bas. I want your love. Then how things will manifest? Because Prabhupada is writing here, Krishna is in the heart. He will arrange things. He arranges our direction. That's why Srila Prabhupada emphasized a lot on hearing. Sometimes, when devotees would not be there for classes in the name of service, Prabhupada would say, we can always get people to do service, but what about hearing? This is the most important service. Because hearing is what will remove all the layers of dirt. Not mechanical hearing. See, there are many people who hear as a ritual. They read, when somebody dies in India, so their family members will read Garuda Puran, Bhagavatam for 7 days. They'll just keep chanting. It's only reading and hearing Bhagavatam, but no reflection. So hearing Bhagavatam without reflection is ritual. And there are some people in this world who are very reflective. They do a lot of introspection. They write journals, they reflect. But they don't hear Bhagavatam. That is simply speculation. So hearing without reflection is ritual, and reflection without hearing is speculation. So therefore we need to hear Bhagavatam and also reflect. Shravanam and Mananam. Then what will happen? Then all auspiciousness will happen. Auspiciousness means our relationship with Krishna will get fructified. And slowly we'll come back to our original consciousness. Today morning I was hearing Prabhupada's class. And he was saying a very funny example. He says, we have these cars in India. These cars don't start sometimes. So we have to push the car. And one person has to start the engine. And the car keeps making sound. Brr, 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 and then the car starts. So then Prabhupada laughs. He says, this is our bhakti. Our devotees have to push us. And our engine is not starting. But when devotees will keep pushing us. And then, love for Krishna is natural. Like the engine's natural function is to run. But right now it is not running because it is stuck. But when we push the car functions and it goes on its own. Similarly, we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. When we show enthusiasm to hear, then eventually that attraction to hearing and chanting will become natural. And we'll keep chanting and hearing. Prabhupada gives many examples. Rupa Goswami gives the example of the child learning to walk. He says walking is inherently there in the child, but initially he has to learn. He has to slip, crawl, fall, and then naturally he will run. Similarly, initially we chant, we fall sleepy, we fall, we are not sure. But if we keep persevering, but investing our consciousness and desire, then hearing chanting will become natural. There are many examples Prabhupada gives. Another example Prabhupada gives is about water. It's pure, but when it gets mixed with the mud, it becomes dirty. So Bhakti, Prabhupada says, is filtration process to make the water again pure. Similarly, love for Krishna is naturally there in us, but we have forgotten it because of this contamination. So we just have to do this hearing chanting so that this is removed and our natural love is awakened. There are more examples. Prabhupada gives the example of iron filing not getting attracted to magnet because of being rusted. So when it's cleansed, when it is purified, then the iron gets attracted to magnet. Similarly, we are attracted to Krishna, but right now there is rust. Today morning I was hearing another example. This is my favorite class. This is January 11, 1974, Los Angeles class of Prabhupada. So there Prabhupada gives a very nice example. He says, so eating is natural or unnatural? It's natural. But you have lost your appetite because of disease. So what does the doctor do? Does the doctor create your appetite? What does the doctor do? He doesn't create your appetite. He simply removes what is blocking that appetite. So once he removes the disease, then we naturally are able to eat. So Prabhupada says, similarly, our love for Krishna is natural. So hearing chanting is not going to create love of Krishna. The more we remember this, that I love Krishna, Krishna loves me. The more we remember this, the more we will be happy chanting because we will experience some love. Otherwise, we are earning. Oh, I have to earn Krishna's love. Then everything we do will come in front of Krishna as if, it's like we'll reduce bhakti to a merit-based system. We'll come to Krishna in front of Krishna like we come in front of our employer or boss. Krishna, see, I chanted 16 rounds, now give me love of God. Bhakti is not, it's not resume-based. Krishna, I've done this, I've done this. No. It is reciprocation-based. Krishna is not an employer. Krishna is a parent who loves us and we love, but we have forgotten. This is very important. If we recognize, see, it begins like this. Begins with hearing Bhagavatam. What will happen when we constantly hear? We'll start reflecting. Oh, I'm not the body. I'm the soul. Reflection is the first thing that happens as we start hearing. Oh, reflection means, oh, we love Krishna already. Acha. Reflection. The more we reflect, then it will lead to recognition. Oh, Krishna is God. Krishna loves me. Acha. Recognition will come as we reflect. First, reflection. Reflect on the scriptures. Discuss with devotees. Like, in our temple, I'll give an example. In Radha Gopinath Mandir, in 2004, one of our brahmacharis, temple president, Shamananda Prabhu, he started Bhagavad Gita class, first chapter, first verse. This is October 2004, every Monday, 1:30 p.m. So every verse we would take, every word we would take and discuss, have discussions, question answers. The first chapter of Gita, first verse, Dharma Kshetre, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dhritarashtra. From the word Dhritarashtra we started discussing. Every Monday, without fail, 1:30 to 2:30, from 2004 we started. And today is what? 2026, 22 years. Every Monday this class is going on and we have reached only 7th chapter. How many years? Because we are reading, reflecting, discussing. So what happens when we keep reflecting on scriptures, not on our own speculation, no, scriptures. Then recognition, oh, Krishna loves us. Krishna is so kind, like Prabhupada is writing here. Krishna is more anxious. All these things we will recognize. So once we reflect and once we recognize, then third thing will start, remembrance of Krishna. Krishna, I heard then we'll start converting Krishna from third person to first person. Right now, Krishna is third person for us. We say, Krishna is merciful. Krishna is anxious to take us back to God. And we read all of this as Krishna is third person. Krishna loves me. Krishna wants to take care of me. Krishna wants me to come back to him. Third person. This is all because of reflection and recognition. But when we come to the stage of remembrance, we start saying, Krishna, you are anxious to take me back home. That means we have start having relationship with Krishna in first person. We start remembering Krishna. Krishna, thank you. In the last 24 hours, so many beautiful things you gave me. Because of you, I could study Bhagavatam yesterday. Krishna, thank you for giving me nice prasad. So gratitude, the more we express gratitude, the more we are remembering Krishna. And when we remember Krishna, then naturally it will lead to the fourth stage, which is reciprocation. We will reciprocate with Krishna. Right now, we only want Krishna to reciprocate with us. All our classes are on how Krishna loves us. Krishna reciprocates with us. Have you heard? We want to hear how Krishna takes care of devotee. Because we want faith that Krishna reciprocates. Because somewhere subconsciously we are thinking that I am doing a lot of bhakti. Is Krishna taking care of me or not? Does Krishna reciprocate with me or not? So we need all that faith. But the more we remember Krishna, the more we reflect, more we recognize, then we will want to reciprocate with Krishna. Krishna, you love me so much, let me chant today for you. I don't feel like chanting today, but this is for you. Because you are loving me. You want me to come back to Him. So many of us, our bhakti unfortunately is stuck at the earning model or effort-based model. We need to move to reciprocation-based model where we want to reciprocate with Krishna, where we are not earning, where we are recognizing Krishna's love. We want to recognize Krishna loves me. Because that's when the cleansing will start. Because Krishna is there in the heart, He's cleaning. And we'll see in our own daily life, you can see in your daily life, small instances when we connect with Krishna in the heart and pray to Krishna, we see that we become really contented. I'll give one example. How many of you have done Sankirtan, book distribution? Prabhupada books? We all have done, right? So I'll tell you my example. When I realized, see, I'm not realized in the sense I'm struggling with anarthas, which I will spare you. I will spare you the details of my struggle. But you know those moments in life when we know, Krishna takes care. We all experience that. So I was doing book distribution and I was told to go in the local trains of Mumbai. For those of you who have no idea, these trains are capacity of 70 people in one cab, one coach, 70 to 100, but 500 people cram in. And I used to enter that and I used to shout and make announcements and sell the books. And I was shocked. I started doing 30, 40, then 100 plus every day. And I used to come back to temple with 2 empty bags and waving my bags as if I have scored a century. And I used to like, wow, 130, 140. And I remember the first time I crossed 100, I was so exhausted at night. And morning when I woke up, my temple leader who knew my score, he told me to take rest. I said, no, I want to come for Mangalarti. I wanted to be there because after the Mangalarti, they announced the score. I wanted to hear my score being announced. So that the person was reading, he said, and the top scorer for the day is Vraj Bihari with 127 books. And like, everybody, wow. And I'm like, oh, Krishna is doing it. Krishna is doing it. But I was basking. It was intoxicating, that feeling that I'm doing so much book distribution. But you know how material world is, how Krishna loves to humble us. After 3 weeks of 100 plus scores, no books were going. I was doing 2 books, 10 books, same amount of effort, same amount of time, but nobody was buying books. And I would come back to temple and they announced the score. Vraj Bihari Das, 17 books. So brahmacharis, if you want to become really humble, you can join the brahmachari ashram. So my friends, Vraj Bihari, what happened? Nowadays you are spaced out. You're not getting big scores. What happened? So my position was in danger. I wanted to again be a centurion. So again I started shouting, no books were going, frustrating. My reputation was at stake. And then what happened? I was desperate, but my scores were going down. Then one day when I was giving books, I intensely prayed, Krishna, you are there in the heart, in His heart. I was praying to the Lord in my heart that you are there in His heart. Krishna, please, let him externally I was saying, please take the book. I was looking at him, showing the photographs, purports. But internally I was saying, Krishna, please, let him take the book. Krishna, let his spiritual life begin. Krishna, please. And you would see the book and give it back and go away. And then I would rush to another person. And every person I was giving the book, I was praying. I was remembering Krishna. And then what happened? I came back with how many score? Same, 23 books or something. Gone were the days when I was doing 130, 140. But when I came back with 23 books, I was so peaceful. I was so happy. And then I contrasted my earlier experience of 140 books and feeling titillation, pleasure. But now I was contented because, what is the difference here? Second case. How was it different? I was connected to Krishna. Many of us, we miss this. I also miss this all the time. Today I'm sharing this with you so that I can remind myself. The more we remember Krishna, the more we reflect on scriptures, the more we recognize the Lord's role in our life, and then the more we remember Him, the more we'll be inspired to reciprocate. Which means our bhakti will move from being for my enjoyment to reciprocating with Krishna's love. Sometimes when we chant, I'm like, Hare, body is paining, traveling so much, I don't want to chant. But Krishna, this one is for you. I don't feel like chanting, but I'll do it for you today. That's when we start reciprocating with Krishna. That's when Krishna reciprocates more. So therefore, this is a very important statement Srila Prabhupada is writing. Krishna is more anxious to take us back. And that's why He cleanses the heart. He expedites the purification process. So therefore, there are a few steps we can do. First is hearing, Shravanam. After hearing, we have to do Mananam, which means reflection. Very important, reflection. And after Mananam comes Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, which means, see, there's three things. First is hearing. I heard today's class. Okay, hearing is the first step. But second is more important. What did you hear is the first step. Second, what did you learn in today's class? That is Mananam. And the third step is, okay, what did you hear? I heard first canto, second chapter, all that. Second, what did you learn? That is Mananam. Third is, what can you apply from today's class? That is Nididhyasanam, which is deeper reflection. And then Baladev Vidyabhushan, he gives the fourth step, Vandanam, which means we come in front of Krishna and say, Krishna, this is what I read today, this is what I learned today. I seek to apply this in my life. Krishna, please give me strength. So when we do this Vandanam, then Krishna in the heart becomes firmly established. It's like this, you light a fire. And then after you light the fire, what is the first thing you do when you take a matchbox? First is light. And after the light comes, what do? You protect it from extinguishing. And then you light the dry grass. And then the grass catches fire. Similarly, first step is hearing. Then Mananam, reflection, is protecting what you heard so that it doesn't get lost. And then Nididhyasanam is, it starts burning away. It starts illuminating the heart. And Vandanam, the final step, is when the dry grass is all ashes now. It's burnt. Similarly, all the sinful reactions get dissolved because we are hearing. For therefore, let us undertake this process of hearing. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shanvatam te nirvishya karna vivarai haratongatapam rupam drisham drishamatam akhilarta labham tvayachyuta vishata chittamapatrapam me. 10th canto. Rukmini is writing a love letter to Krishna. It's a beautiful love letter. And you know what she's saying? Now during those days, the culture was such that young girls would not write love letters to young boys. That was the culture. Now Krishna has got a love letter from a young princess. So Krishna may be wondering, who is this girl? Is she shameless? How can she write to me like this? Krishna may think like that. So Rukmini, anticipating that, she is preemptively writing, Krishna, don't blame me. This love letter I am writing because you are responsible. Because what did I do? I simply did Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shanvatam te Shrutva. I heard about you. What can I do? I got trapped. By hearing about you, I got trapped. And what did I hear? I heard about your glories. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shanvatam te. I heard that you are the most wonderful personality. Nirvishya karna vivarai haratonga tap. When I heard about you, the subject matter went into my ears. From there it went into my heart and cleansed everything, all the dirty things from my heart. That's what she is saying. Haratonga tapam. And then your form started manifesting in my heart. Rupam drisham drishamatam akhilartha labam. Now I have got everything if I have you. Now, Krishna, you may be thinking I'm a shameless girl, that I'm writing a love letter to you like this. Tvaya chuta vishata chittam apatrapamme. Apatrapamme means shameless. You are responsible for me becoming shameless. It's not my fault. What to do? You are so attractive. And I heard about you. So therefore she said, and what all she heard? She's clarifying. I have heard that you are the best person as my husband. Katvam mukunda kulashi. What is the verse? You know the next one? Katvam mukunda mahati kulashila rupa vidya vayo dravinadam abiratma tulyam dhirapati kulavati navrinita kanya kale narasimha naralo kamano biramam. She's saying the glories of hearing. What will happen? She's saying, I kept hearing about you. So now I am convinced that if I need a husband, only you can be my husband. Why? Because Katvam Mukunda Mahati. See, when I'm looking for a husband, there are some qualities the man should have. Kula, family lineage. The girl's side, they look at the boys, all these things when they are getting married. Chanakya Pandit says something very interesting about marriages. I'll come back to Rukmini's prayer. I'll end with, but I want to share, it's very important. What happens in a marriage? He says, Varam varayate kanya mata vittam pita shrutam kulam icchanti bandava mishtam annam itare jana. He says, in a marriage, Varam varayate kanya, the boy looks at the girl if she is beautiful. Oh, she is attractive, she is beautiful. Varam varayate kanya, and the girl also sees, oh, he is handsome, he is nice, he is very chivalrous. That's how they settle. But Mata Vittam, the mother sees, mother of the girl, she sees, Mata Vittam, does this boy have money? Pita Shrutam, the father says, is he educated? Is he learned? Kulam Icchanti Bandava, family members see, oh, what caste? What community? And everybody else, Mishtam Annam Itare Jana. For them, marriage means what is the menu? What is the feast? So now Rukmini is proposing to Krishna. She is saying, Krishna, your Kula is best. Kulavat. Katvam Mukunda Mahati. Kula Shila. Character, nobody can beat you. Rupa, you are the most beautiful. Vidya, knowledge, you are the best. Vayo, youthfulness. Dravina, a lot of money. Abhiratma Tulyam. In these 6 areas, you can be compared with whom? Only yourself. And don't think I'm shameless. Don't think I'm a shameless girl who's writing a love letter to you. You know who I am? I'm very sober. I'm from a very cultured family. Dhirapati kulavati navrinita kanya. But which sober girl can resist your attraction, O Krishna? And now, Rukmini Devi is anticipating that after reading this, Krishna will think, oh, this is a typical girl who is now trying to trap me. But once I get married to her, she will be a typical wife who will control her husband. Now she is simply saying all this so that I get attracted to her. But once I become her husband, she will be like the typical wife who will control me completely. So she is saying, anticipating this response from Krishna, in the last line she says, nobody can control you, Krishna. I'm not flattering you to control you later because you are you. Kale narasimha naralo kamano biramam. You are Narasimha. You are Narasimdev. Nobody can control you. So like this, she is writing a beautiful love letter, the original love letter, the most beautiful love letter in the world. And that love letter begins with this, that Krishna, I got trapped because I heard about you. So, if you want to get trapped, hearing is the most important first step. That's when Krishna starts cleansing the heart, Krishna starts taking us seriously, and all our impurities vanish. And then we start wanting to reciprocate with Krishna. Right now, we are only hearing about how Krishna reciprocates with us. Last 28 years, I'm hearing Krishna loves his devotee, Krishna is reciprocating with his devotee. But when will I want to reciprocate with Krishna? That's when my bhakti will actually begin. And that will happen when I start recognizing that I don't have to earn Krishna's love. I want to reciprocate with Krishna's love because Krishna's love is already there. So therefore, let us hear more and more about Krishna and make our lives supremely auspicious. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any comments or reflections, questions regarding today's class? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful talk and sharing that nice example of Srila Prabhupada from Los Angeles about the disease,
Yes.
which is the cause of indigestion. So my question is, I was hearing one lecture of Prabhupada where he was mentioning that there are some speakers of Bhagavatam who speak about that one should stay always with family life, you know. So, and also in this purpose, Srila Prabhupada mentioned something about that also. So what are your thoughts, like what is the right understanding of slowly and gradually detaching from family life, and at what point, you know, one should do that, and in what context was Srila Prabhupada was saying? I was not able to understand that.
See, Prabhupada is representing Bhagavatam, pure Bhagavatam. So when he is speaking Bhagavatam class, he is speaking what Bhagavatam is saying, which is we need to be detached from material life and get attached to Krishna. Now, this is the aspirational reality. But application reality, little different. How do we do it? We hear Bhagavatam every day. Now, if you are in Grahastha ashram, you and your wife could read Bhagavatam for 10 minutes, 15 minutes together. You could hear from each other. I'll tell you a real case study. One couple, I visited them 2 years ago in one place in America. Their marriage was breaking apart. Sincere devotee, and they were doing a lot of service in temple. And I told them, wait, reduce your services. I'll talk to the temple president. You first focus on your marriage. Spend 15 minutes to 1 hour every day in the morning chanting together or hearing Bhagavatam. Let Krishna be the center of your life. The rest of the day, anyway, you are talking about so many things, you are fighting about so many things. See, it's not easy to sit and hear Bhagavatam from each other, especially when you're living with that person. It's very frustrating. Initially, you will have teething problems, but don't give up. It's very tough. I know it's not easy because, I mean, in the ashram also we can't hear from each other sometimes. So what about Grahastha ashram? So, but then we do it as a discipline. And I said, do it in the morning and night time, before sleeping, whatever happens, connect with each other. Talk to each other about anything, but not as a ritual. Okay, I spent time with you, I heard you, now let me go and sleep. No, not like that. Hear, connect. So night time, connect for some time with each other. Morning, read Bhagavatam together. For a few minutes. They did that for 2 years. Today, their marriage is not only stable, their service has doubled in temple. And Mataji told me, Prabhuji, I'm convinced that my husband loves me. And Prabhu also told me the same thing. This is a fact. I've seen it happen. Why? And I said, can you share your realization? You know what they shared? They said, Prabhu, as we were reading Bhagavatam and all these verses, we could feel Krishna's presence in our life. And at one point of time, we both got a realization that one of us is going to die. See, very unlikely that both will die together. And both of them got the realization that when one of us dies, we felt that I'm ready. I can handle life because they're already preparing. This detachment is happening naturally. Are you getting it? It's not contrived. It's not forced. See, many of us, we were from a generation when renunciation was forced. Come on, join. Because it's an emergency. Prabhupada had to start ISKCON. So we joined the ashram thinking, yes. But that's not how, in the Vedic culture, renunciation was not like that. Renunciation was organic. Just like, how does sunrise happen? Okay, it's pitch dark and you want light. What do? But does light appear like this in nature? There is dawn, the orange ebb, and then sunrise. Right? How do seasons change? There is summer, fall, rain. There is rhythm. There is beauty in nature. There is grace. But we kind of, we want to expect it, no? So we have done it little artificially. So the renunciation is not like that actually. Renunciation is very smooth. So when you keep reading Bhagavatam, you will naturally develop detachment from sense gratification. Then you and your wife will be able to go to holy places, read Bhagavatam, and then you will be ready for leaving each other. In the sense that cutoff will not be painful. It will be because of attachment to Krishna. So that's the way we need to understand renunciation. Otherwise, we will be in a lot of inner conflict. Heart will keep hankering for those things which the mind is trying to give up. Because, I know one Grahastha friend of mine, he chants every day 64 rounds. He's a very close friend of mine, and he speaks on holy name purely, and he's like a guru. He's not an official guru in ISKCON, but he has at least 2,000 people who are like kind of treat him like a guru. He's 61 today, 62 years old, and he's pure. He's been chanting 64 rounds for so many years now. He's such a pure devotee. I mean, he's such a wonderful Grahastha Vaishnava. So recently, because he's my close friend, I could joke with him. I said, Prabhu, what is this? You are enjoying life. You have a lot of money also. So now you leave everything, go to Vrindavan, stay there, no? Buy a small house, you can afford a house also. Why are you still staying at home? Come on, go. I was pushing him. And because he's also my close friend, he very sheepishly said, hey, Vraj Bihari, you know what? Sometimes I get this body pain, fever. So my wife, she prepares nice kada, which is a hot drink. So that gives me strength to chant and do everything. But if I go to Vrindavan, who will give me that? Because she wants to be in Bombay with my son. So it's a very sweet thing. He's dependent on his wife. Although he loves Krishna, he's chanting. So he's waiting for that organic, naturally to happen. And today, I'm being very honest with you, today, after his son's marriage, he actually stays like a vanaprastha. 3 weeks in a month, he stays in a holy place, chants, and 1 week he comes back home, helps his son get established in the business, takes care of family things, again goes back for 3 weeks. So it's happening organically, naturally it's happening. So my request would be, don't panic when you read strong verses in Bhagavatam, because Sukadeva Goswami's job is to shake us from our material complacency. That is the business of a Bhagavatam speaker. It is not to flatter. Unfortunately, nowadays, everywhere in India also, Bhagavatam classes are all about entertainment. We have become consumers of Bhagavatam. We want to be just like we buy a product from the market for enjoyment. We want to hear Bhagavatam also for entertainment. But Sukadeva Goswami will speak strong, so that we are shaken. After shaken, what? Be humble. It's to make us humble. It is not to make our life completely. You don't have to change your life immediately. Just become humble after reading it. When Sukadeva Goswami begins the class by chastising. So hear that chastisement and say, yes, Sukadeva Goswami ji. Yes, Prabhupada, I am a fool. I am a fool. Thank you. And continue in your Grahastha ashram. Does that answer your question, Prabhu? Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Prabhu. Please tell me when to stop. Prabhu. What time? Okay. You tell me when to stop. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. I appreciate very much how you always see the good in anybody you see so much, so completely non-envious. And so my question is that I see these two different schools of thought, and I think you kind of articulated one school very nicely. Let me just frame them, and I wanted to see how do I see both of them clearly. So one school is that all these, like Prabhupada is saying, desire for women and wealth, they're very difficult to get rid of. But if you have desire, if you cultivate taste for hearing, then Krishna will automatically clean. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about all the anarthas and so on. Focus on artha pravritti, and Krishna will take care of all the anarthas. The other school is that in the same purport we can see, okay, if you have sincerity of desire, then Krishna will come. So as long as the desires are divided, you want this also and that also, then Krishna will wait. When you have sincerity, you know that Krishna, I only want this, you have to prove your sincerity to Krishna, then Krishna will come and take care. So you have to fight with your anarthas and so on. And then Krishna will. So There's one school which is don't worry about anarthas, just focus on hearing and automatically it will happen. The other is, no, you have to show your sincerity. You have to also try and put effort there. And then at the same time continue this. If you're not able to do it at all, then do it within some regulation, whatever enjoyment you want. Within some regulation you do it. If you're not able to give it up at all, if it becomes too much of a problem, but try as much as you can to fight with it, and then it will happen. So I'm wondering, you see the difference between the two schools and these two attitudes?
So if I'm understanding you rightly, you are saying some devotees say, don't worry about overcoming anarthas. Just focus on hearing, just do bhakti. And other group says, hearing, chanting all is okay, but we have to overcome our anarthas.
Prove our sincerity, to try and put
So what is the problem here? So, okay, I think we'll stop here now. We'll discuss after the Shringar Darshan. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nil Madhav Bhagwan ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Srila Prabhupada ki.
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
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 गोपी परानगन मदन मनोहर गोपी परानगन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधाना
कालिया दमन
विधाना अमल हरि नाम अमिया विलासा
अमल हरि नाम अमिय विलासा
अमल हरि नाम अमिया विलासा विपिन पुरंदन नवीन नगर बर वंशी बदन सुहासा हीना पुरंदर धन बर वंशी बदन सुहासा ब्रज जन पालन असुर कुल नाशन ब्रज जन पालन असुर कुल नाशन नाशन नंद गोदन रखवाला नंद गोदन रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर चर गोपी बसन हर रस रसिक कृप मोया रसिक होया श्री राधा बल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा बल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर नटवर भक्ति विनोद साया विनोद साया भक्ति विनोद साया विनोद साया यशोमती नंदन भज बर नागर गोविंद रंजन काना सुमति नंदन गोकुल रंजन काना हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Yasomati Nandana Vraj Bihari Gokula Ranjana Kana Shri Radha Nila Madhav ki jai. Shri Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Subha Sanchakraya Jannatha Haraya Laya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya 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 Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman Ram Lakshman Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की जाए अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जाए नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाए प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जाए श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जाए ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाए नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जाए पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाए गंगा माय जमुना माय की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय श्याम वेद भक्तविंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all gurus to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all gurus to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all gurus to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all gurus to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।